What is up, Pod Squad? Reddapod here, coming to you with Week 4 of the Side Quest League Doubles Draft League. We're going up against the Washington Mythics this week, hoping to keep this win streak alive. Our opponent has some really tough Pokemon. They have Whimsicott, Lapras, Crocodile, Toxtricity, Arcanine. It's a scary team. We'll see what they bring against us, but either way, they have some good counters for Snorlax, which has probably been our most important piece this season. So we'll see how we fare against them in this matchup. This week we're leaving the Rotom. I don't think Rotom does too much for us this week, and it's weak to water attacks from the Lapras. It's weak to or it doesn't do too much to the rest of the Pokemon. The Crocodile eats its electric attacks. The Arcanine resists its fire attacks. I don't think it's super useful for us. And we actually made a free agency signing before this match. We dropped our Alcremie for Galarian Weezing. And I think you're at least supposed to wait, or at least out of courtesy, wait before bringing in a free agency signing into a match, at least 24 hours. I picked this up within that window, so I didn't want to bring it even if it was allowed, because I feel like that's just wrong. So we're bringing 6 of our original 7, and I think we'll go with a Sableye Amoonguss lead here. So expecting the Whimsicott Lapras lead, I have Yachi Berry on the Amoonguss, so it should be able to eat a Gmax Resonance. And we're also running Brick Break on the Dusknoir, so we have access to Max Knuckle to boost our attack, but also we can get rid of the Aurora Veil if it does go up. So we'll see how this goes, how this lead goes. If it's not the Whimsicott Lapras lead, it'll be interesting to see what we do from here. So good luck to our opponent, and let's see how this match goes. Alright, so the Washington Mythics will lead with the Whimsicott and the Arcanine. Interesting. This may be a Dynamax Arcanine situation. I'm not sure what the Whimsicott does here. Maybe sets up a Tailwind. I'm not quite sure. So we will go with... I think we may want to do a Quash Spore into the Arcanine. Even if it does Dynamax, it'll still go last, and then we can put it to sleep, effectively wasting our opponent's Dynamax. So we'll go ahead and go with the Quash Spore tech here. Alright, so our opponent does not Dynamax the Arcanine. I'm interested to see what happens here. Oh, it's beat up into the Arcanine. I should have realized this because we didn't see the Intimidate from the Arcanine. This is a really nice tech from our opponent, the beat up Whimsicott into Arcanine. I've seen it with Lucario, I've seen it with the Swords of Justice Pokemon. I've not seen it with Arcanine, so this was a really nice move. Alright, well, maybe we'll still put it to sleep. I think we should be fine there. It's for... oh my gosh, and it's safety goggles, so we're unable to put that Arcanine to sleep. I think we're saying goodbye to our Amoonguss. Alright, well, let's see how much recoil damage. Oh, thank god. Amoonguss is fairly bulky, so we'll see a lot of recoil damage on that Flare Blitz. And I think we go into Poblano or Snorlax. It does have high horsepower, and at this range, it should kill the Arcanine. So, I mean, if it doesn't Dynamax, and we can Quash into it, maybe we go with Max Quake for more damage just to be safe. I don't know. I think high horsepower should kill from this range. We'll just go with a normal high horsepower into the Arcanine, and we will Quash the Arcanine again. I think Sableye is going to be our main source of speed control for this match, because I don't think we'll get a chance to set up Trick Room in this first game. Alright, so we see Taunt come out into the Snorlax, and thankfully we did not use Curse there. So we'll Quash the Arcanine, and we will run a high horsepower into it. And that does kill. So that's the first kill on the board for Snorlax. And I'm interested to see what the Washington Mythics send out as their next Mon. Caliborn. I wonder if our opponent is a Homestuck fan. So I think we'll send a Max Steel Spike into the Whimsicott, maybe? Maybe a Max Quake into the Steelmon. I think we'll do Max Steel Spike into the Whimsicott here. And then maybe just... Yeah, I think for the Sableye, I don't think Quash does too much for us here. I think we'll knock off into the Whimsicott just to break its Focus Sash. So break its Focus Sash and hit it with the Max Steel Spike. Oh my gosh, did I not click the Dynamax? Okay, so I didn't Dynamax. Hurricane comes out, thankfully doesn't confuse the Sableye. Sorry, I'm still reeling from the fact that we didn't Dynamax here. Sacred Sword does a lot of damage into Snorlax. Thankfully the Figgy Berry will negate a lot of that. Yeah, about half of the damage done. And we will see the Iron Head come out into Whimsicott. And it almost picks up the kill. Alright, so maybe it worked out okay that we didn't Dynamax. Now we still have 3 turns of it, and we're still in good shape. So I think we'll Max Quake into the Doublade, try and boost our special defense in anticipation of that 4th Pokemon on our opponent's side being a special attacker. And maybe we knock off here for some more damage into the Doublade. I'm assuming it's Eviolite, so 1 Max Quake may not be enough to take it down. So in tandem we should be good. Alright. Big Lax is on the field. We see Hurricane come out into the Snorlax. Thankfully, that also does not confuse us. Knockoff comes out into the Doublade, does a very nice chunk of damage, and let's see what item. It does knock off the Eviolite. So this should be enough to take it down with the Max Quake. And again, boosting our special defense, which should also help us against if the Whimsicott has a Moonblast. And we're running Roselli Berry on the Sableye, so between the Roselli Berry and between the special defense boost, if our opponent does have Moonblast on the Whimsicott and wants to target down our Sableye, we should be a little bulkier than we were before, which is nice. So Roxy comes out, another Homestuck name comes out. It is the Toxtricity. You know, this is 4 times super effective, so I think we just go for it and boost our special defense some more, especially in the face of that hard-hitting Toxtricity. And we'll quash the Toxtricity as well, hopefully, or not hopefully, meaning we'll go first and hopefully take it out. So we will see G-Max Toxtricity. I'm curious as to what the Whimsicott's going to do here. I wonder if he keeps going with Hurricane to try and confuse us. Max Guard comes out. Alright, so our Max Quake won't do anything. And Fake Tears comes out into the Snorlax, dropping our special defense 2 stages. So very glad we do have the 1 special defense buff from the Max Quake. So we're not completely weakened by that. But you will see the Max Quake on that turn doesn't do anything because of the Max Guard. So I think we click it again. I doubt our opponent is going to use another Max Guard, and we'll quash again. This strategy is working for us, so we will quash into the Toxtricity. Max Quake. Oh, Hurricane comes out, and we avoid it that time. That's pretty lucky. Max Quake comes out, and it should kill. It does. The Toxtricity goes down, so good Dynamax turns for the Snorlax, very useful. We got our special defense back to neutral after that 2-stage drop from the Fake Tears. So I think it's, yeah, we still have our Dusknoir safely in the back as well. So between, you know, our 3 Mons, we should be able to take down this Whimsicott with relative ease. So we will just go with Iron Head and quash, yeah, make sure make sure it goes last. Make sure it goes last and, you know, try and just end the match here. So quash will come out. Whimsicott will be eating this Iron Head, and that should be game 1. Alrighty, that is game 1 for us. Whew, I got a little scared there when we saw the safety goggles come out on the Arcanine, but we were able to recover and pick up the first win in this best of 3. So Sableye Quash was really effective. I think we demonstrated how annoying Sableye could be. I would expect our opponent to bring in a Dark type to counteract that in this next matchup, or the Crocodile specifically. So I think we'll actually leave the Sableye, and I think we'll leave the Indeedee as well, because Indeedee won't be doing anything into that Crocodile if we're hitting off an Expanding Force. We do have Dazzling Gleam as an option to cover for that, but I think I'll leave the 2 of them, and I'm not sure which. I guess if we're leaving Sableye and Indeedee, that narrows down which 4 we're bringing. So we'll bring the Amoonguss, the Primarina, and then our Trick Room tag team. Just what order do we want to bring them in? I could bring Dusknoir alongside the Amoonguss, but we do have safety goggles on the Arcanine, and Rage Powdering the Arcanine with Flare Blitz into a non-Akaberry Amoonguss probably not a good idea. So maybe we'll go Amoonguss Primarina in case we do see the Arcanine up front. And again, we will have our Trick Room tag team in the back. And we're running Lumberry on the Dusknoir. This is to counteract Gmax Toxtricity secondary effect on its Gmax Stun Shock, I think is what it's called. So if we do see that move come out, if we do get paralyzed or poisoned, that Lumberry will at least buy us 1 turn where we can get back to normal. And I almost ran Weakness Policy on the Primarina this week to deal with the Doublade, to deal with the Toxtricity, but without some way to buff our special defense, that Toxtricity is pretty much always killing our Primarina, so I felt like Assault Vest was the better option. Alright, so let's see what our opponent leads in Game 2. Alright, Apollo and Toph. Okay, we see the Arcanine again, we know it's safety goggles, and we see the Crocodile. This is actually a very good lead for us, having the Primarina with Hyper Voice, meaning we'll hit both of them with stab water damage. Even though it's a spread move, this should do a decent amount. Again, Rage Powder is just going to direct a fire move into us. Maybe it doesn't kill, I don't know. It killed last time, but that was after so many buffs. Maybe we just go for damage into the Crocodile in case Hyper Voice isn't able to take it down. I think that may be the bigger threat for us. And we see Wild Charge come out into the Primarina. It does about maybe close to 60% or 2/3 damage. Rock Slide comes out. Oh my gosh, please don't flinch, please don't flinch, please don't flinch. Alright, it doesn't flinch. We get the Hyper Voice off. And that takes both of them down. Okay, so this was a very good lead for us. The Pollen Puff won't do any damage now, but at least we have the Amoonguss still intact, and we have Primarina out there. We have no speed control for this Primarina because we did not bring Sableye, and we don't have Trick Room up. So I don't think it's living whatever this next turn is, but maybe we can get some shenanigans done with Rage Powder. Maybe we can direct both of these into the Amoonguss, which is near full health, survive, and then hit back with the Primarina. I think we'll click Hyper Voice just for damage on both of these Mons. So let's see. Rage Powder comes out. Maybe we live both of these. Oh, it's Overdrive, so it will hit both of our Pokemon. Very good move from our opponent, taking down the Primarina and doing some really great damage into the Amoonguss. And the Doublade will use, let's see, we'll use Psycho Cut. Oh, for super effective damage. Leaves our Amoonguss out there. It may have been better for our Amoonguss to go down for Trick Room purposes, but that's okay. Alright. So we have I'm expecting... This is a tough one. Because the Doubleblade may have Shadow Sneak, and I don't want that going into our Dusk Noir. We could try and set up Trick Room, but I think we'll go with Ally Switch just to keep our Dusk Noir relatively healthy. If we do see, you know, the G-Max Stun Shock come out, maybe that goes into the Amoonguss. It depends if our opponent used a priority move or not. So let's see what happens. Alright, we see the G-Max Toxtricity. We use the Ally Switch. So let's see what happens. Alright, no Shadow Sneak. And we see G-Max Stun Shock come out into the Amoonguss. So that soaks up the bulk of the damage. Very nice for us. And we are paralyzed, but thankfully we brought that Lumberry. We get to use it as intended. So our Dusk Noir is in very good shape here. Now let's see what comes from the Doubleblade. We see Night Slash. Ooh, nice move from our opponent. Doing a huge chunk of damage into Dusk Noir, who's a very bulky mon, but that super effective damage will do a lot. And we will send out the Snorlax. I could go for Trick Room here, but I don't want to risk losing the Dusk Noir. I think we'll go with Poltergeist. I know Caliborn is holding the Eviolite, so as long as we don't miss, we will do some damage, and then we can continue to boost our special defense with a Max Quake. That's the bigger threat too on the field. You know, Snorlax has huge special defense, so I don't think the Toxtricity is doing too much to us, other than spreading status with G-Max Stun Shock. So if we can get that Doubleblade off the field as quickly as possible, I think that sets us up for success. Also knowing that it has a move that can, or maybe a couple moves that can take down the Dusk Noir. Max Ooze comes out into our Snorlax, and it does a little bit of damage. Thankfully, you know, Snorlax's special bulk eats most of that. We will see the special attack raise, but if we do get this Max Quake off, we will negate that with a special defense buff of our own. Iron Head comes out into the Dusk Noir, and it does get the flinch. Whew. So Dusk Noir does not seem long for this world. The Max Quake will come out, does about 50% damage into the Doubleblade. Whew. Dusk Noir is in a bit of a bind here, but we do get the special defense raise on both Pokemon. Maybe we go with the Ally Switch. We could use Poltergeist into the Doubleblade again, but we are slower. I think maybe we go Ally Switch and expecting a fighting move into the Snorlax. And we'll go with the Max Quake again. Alright, so we switch places and we see Max Knuckle come out. Oh, potentially two fighting moves. That was a really nice move from our opponent. Maybe read the Ally Switch. That was really well done. Boosting the attack of both of their Pokemon. Sacred Sword comes out. Oh, thankfully into the Dusk Noir, keeping the Snorlax alive. That may have killed. I don't know about the calc on that one, but it's not something I wanted to find out. And Max Quake will come out into the Doubleblade and take it down. So it is now a 2-on-1. Dusk Noir stays alive with the use of that Ally Switch, and we buff our special defense a little bit more still. And the Toxtricity will go back to its base form. So I think we just click Max Quake again. I don't know if they're running Protect. We saw the Max Guard, but maybe a status move. And we'll click Poltergeist as well. Okay, it is Protect as that Max Guard move. So Protect comes out. Poltergeist will not do anything behind that Protect. Maybe Max Quake will kill it behind the Protect. It is 4 times effective, and we are Dynamaxed, and they are not. Ooh, and it holds on at about 1 or 2, it looks like. Wow. Alright, so we have one more turn. It is a 2v1. but there is overdrive, so it's a little bit of a threat. I'm curious to see what happens here. Let's check our percentage accuracies here. Well, I think we'll just go with 100% accuracy into the Toxtricity, and Brick Break is 100% accurate as well. So we'll click both of those into the Toxtricity. Drain Punch comes out. Maybe reading an ally switch there. That time it didn't work out, and the Brick Break will come out into Toxtricity, snagging us the win. So that is a match win for us. We are now 3 wins, 1 loss. Good game to our opponent. Played well. Read a good ally switch in that last game, but at the end, maybe the ally switch head games got to be a little much. I know in my match last week against the Redwood Roselias, there was a lot of head games regarding ally switch, and it's hard to predict what your opponent's going to do. So really well played from our opponent. Happy to keep our win streak alive. So looking ahead to week 5, hopefully we can keep it rolling. I mean, we're playing well right now. I'm very happy about it. I think our Mons work really well together. Dusknoir and Snorlax side by side are kind of a scary duo. I'm really loving these two Pokemon. But yeah, so if you want more Doubles Draft League content, check out the other videos on my channel, as well as Singles Draft League content from the TPL, the Trico Pokemon League. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing if you are enjoying these videos. But until next time, take care.